I'm Gnarly Vato, and these are Gnarly Times. Well, this is part 3 of my little Southsider tales, and I just want to take another, because I ramble on, just like the last video, about 30 minutes, but I'm trying to keep it short. But I want to read something, right? Well, it says, saying goodbye. This is a newspaper clipping from 95, if I'm right. It says, saying goodbye. Gloria Scott, Kelly Scott's mother, left, and his grandmother married Goodson at the graveside service in Lindsay, attended by about 250 people. It says, hundreds mourn Kelly Scott. More than 1,000 people attended services Monday for Visalia optician and Lindsay's native Kelly Scott, who is remembered as a good son, close friend, caring father, and loving husband. And for his love of children. His killer may have been not much older than a child. A boy 16 has been arrested in the January 31st shooting that left Pam Scott and 2 daughters without a husband and father. That was 5 days before my crime. 4 days before my crime. Without a husband and father. Scott Adams, 35, was caught in the crossfire of what Visalia police are calling a gang shooting at a busy Visalia intersection while waiting for the light to change. He was blocked from his house. He was struck in the head by 2 bullets and fought for his life into Wednesday last week. He never regained consciousness. Nothing has changed our lives as much as that terrible day, Tuesday, said Roger Scott, Kelly's father. But he told the 250 people at a graveside service in Lindsay that community support and the outpouring of love from the Lindsay and Visalia communities have been overwhelming and a testimonial to Kelly. I hope and pray that none of you have to experience anything like this, he said. The hour-long graveside service in Lindsay followed a memorial service in Visalia, attended by more than 1,000 people. Tears, hugs, roses, and song characterized the service held under a blue sky. The blue snow-capped Sierra dominated the horizon. I love Kelly Scott, said art guitarist, friend for 17 years. I learned to handle his humor and his wit. It wasn't long ago we drove the MG through Arizona and for 2 weeks went without a bath, he joked. I've had 4 best friends and in a lifetime, maybe that's all you can have. Now I cherish the others I have. We were so close that you would go 2 or 3 months without seeing the other, but pick up where you left off. No act of violence can take the memory away. Life, right? It says, life I can't tap anymore. That emptiness, I'll never feel it. I'll carry it with me. Right? Lindsay City Councilwoman, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's one section, right? Well, here's the other part. It says, Visalia hears wake-up call. And here's about the dude who shot Kelly Scott. Right? He was a Sureño. Right? From Visalia. It says, in the wake of the killing of Kelly Scott, the community of Visalia has focused on the rising violent crime rate. At Monday's night city council meeting, some 300 people turned out to express their concern over the increase in violent crime, especially the killing of Scott, an innocent bystander caught in gang gunfire. The mother of Scott asked Visalia residents to work together to help heal the city, which has been shaken by the death of her son. We don't need a repeated performance in this community or anywhere, Gloria Scott said at Scott's funeral Monday. That was attended by some 1,000 mourners. Scott was caught in a crossfire between warring gangs a week ago. Today, as he drove home from work with his 2-year-old daughter, he was shot twice in the head while waiting at a stoplight. A gang member, 16-year-old Richard Alonzo, has been charged with murder, and a 17-year-old boy was charged with being an accessory to the crime. 3 other youths being held on parole violations also are suspects. 3 other youths on parole violation. That was then. That's crazy. Also are suspects but have not yet been charged in Scott's murder. Sergeant Jim German said, Visalia Police Chief Bruce McDermott revealed Monday night that violent crime increased 50% in Visalia last year. He called Scott's killing as a wake-up call for Visalia. The chief announced plans to double the size of Visalia's anti-gang unit, and Tulare County Supervisor Charles Harness said the county will build a new juvenile hall at Sequoia Fields in the near future. And that was a dream then, you know. Then I remember when they finished the juvenile hall when I was in my 20s, you know. But when we were right there at juvenile hall, because all these fools just, this was January 31st, right? They came in, he came in for murder, and then me and my brothers and the homeboys came in for, that's four of us, and some other fool from Early Mark came in, and fools from Tulare came in for shooting at someone's pad that was gang. They shot at the homeboy from West Side Locals, boxer. His pad I found later. Went through brick walls, you know, and missed his little sister or something, you know, or baby, somebody, little baby from the crib. Later on, he told me when we got to talk, when I met him, I heard about that. And I go, oh, all them fools over there? Because there was two dudes and two broads who shot his pad. Because they were in juvenile hall with me. And I met them, you know. But yeah, I just want to tell you, this was an early time, you know, up in juvenile hall and right there in 95 with the Southsiders, you know. It's always active. That's why I used to trip out when went to YA. A lot of them fools from LA we look down on fools from upstate, as they call them, you know. But anyways, I'm here rambling on. Just want to tell my little tale about, you know, and what went on in 95 and that fool Alonzo. But we used to see him. He used to be in there with my brother, not with me, but he was in the other, with my brother or with Nate, you know. But anyways, I'm Gnarly Vato, and stay gnarly.